the largest number in a null terminated list of numbers, which looks pretty similar to what we have there.
Except it's 20 instead of null terminated, but makes your job easier.
Yeah, because I would just do a branch less than comparison, right? For like branch less than 20 or something.
Or greater than equal to 0 and decrement. It just depends how you set up your loop. So if you're using an incrementing loop less than 20, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I did for the last one. I mean, we could go over that. That would be helpful.
Store a large data element. So there's an array and there's 20 elements in the array. Go through each element in the array and copy the largest one to the pointer for largest. So if we were going to write this in C, right? So you initialize the largest value to 0, right? That way you can compare it to each value in the array. If the item indexed, then the current index is greater than the largest value, set the largest value.
Yeah, that's pretty simple in
C, right?
I always forget how to do arrays in assembly because it's not as simple as just walking through with an index variable.
Well, so let's switch over to assembly, right? Or just, well. So start with the code he gives us. Data 1 LDR 1 equals largest, R2 equals largest address. Right?
Yeah, to load the.
And then I'm going to
size is 20.
So
yep.
I'm gonna do that, but you can just put 20 in your program if you want to. And at the end, return from this. It's just a program, not even a subroutine, so we can just do whatever.
Yeah, it just runs once, and you don't really need it to loop or anything.
So going off what we have in our C program, right? I'm going to set a variable aside for the largest value. So R3 is largest value found. Copy into R3 0.
Just initialize it to 0, sure.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go up. So, and then I'm going to have R4 be my index. And like above, I'm going to have equals 0. And then we want to loop until R4 equals 20. So we can
Yeah.
set up our loop. Sorry. Come on, keyboard, work with me here. Right. So now we have a loop that does 20 iterations, and now all we need to do is read from the data, compare it to what's in R3, and if it's larger, copy it to R3, right?
Yeah, to update that value to the largest.
Yeah, so we know R0 has an address in it. So we're going to load into, I'm just going to go up the address list. We're going to load into R5 from R0. Then compare
R5 and R3.
Yeah, R5 and R3. Sheesh, I can't remember the comparison order. Can you?
Oh my,
Hold on
I
a
have to
sec.
look that up.
Yeah, let me look it up.
No, I do not remember off the top of my head.
I think it's left.
It goes left or right. So if left
Is
so
that
you
right?
store an
Hold on.
R0 if no.
Subtracts the value of operand 2 from Rn. So I think if R3 is greater than R0, no, I'm comparing R3
You want
to R5. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. So into R3 from R5, right? I think that's right.
So you're comparing them, and then if greater than, you move R3 into R5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's a conditional move based on the previous line. Yeah, I'm following
Yeah.
you.
So the other thing, I think he wants you to store the address too. I'm just going to use all my registers.
Yeah, it's so much easier in C.
Well, it's just variable allocation. And then do the same. I'm going to say R6 will hold the temporary largest address. No, hold on. Since we're just copying the address, I can copy it directly to the.
You can just put it into R1, right?
I can just put it into the address in R2. And R0 has the address, so R0 into R2. So the one thing we do want to make sure we do in our loop is we increment R0, right? In each iteration of the loop, so we get the next value in the array.
Oh, okay.
Then at the end,
by 4.
Yeah, because they're 32-bit values.
Sure.
So 4 bytes. And then at the end, copy R3 into R1. So what this one does, it copies the largest address if a larger value is found.
Yeah, so you're doing the comparison of the values with R3 and R5, and then that's
based on the comparison, I conditionally copy the new maximum
values
and the address for it.
and the addresses of the values. Okay. Because those both move graders use the same conditional from the compare, right?
Mhm.
Because it doesn't change between, yeah, okay,
Yeah, because the move GT doesn't change the flags.
sure.
And then I just increment my pointer, so increment R0, and then I increment my loop counter. I did forget one thing. Compare R4 with
Your
array size. Yeah.
Right? And that's the end of the loop to make sure you only get the first 20.
Yeah. So after the end of the loop, I just copy the largest value into the pointer given.
And your largest address is